It's Miss Clap Rich coming to you with one of my very favorite things to talk about. Do you know what that is? You can take a hint from some of the items you see behind me. Music! I love music! And since we're all spending so much time at home now, I have been listening to music, playing music, and today, since I know not everybody has instruments at home, I'm gonna show you how to make your own instruments. I'm so excited. But you know what I'm adding to my thankful tree today? I'm just thankful for music and the ability to dance. So are you ready to hear the song that I'm gonna dance to? And please, get ready to dance with me. Ready? Come on, dance, get up, come on. Who doesn't love this song? Happiness. Okay, keep dancing. Come on, you can dance a little longer, right? Whew, okay, I would love to dance longer, but I suppose I better get to the other parts of my video. But I encourage you to get some exercise, put on a song that you love, and just dance or pretend to sing the song. I love having fun with music. But let's check out the instruments behind me, okay? So, which one should we look at first? How about the little guy? This one looks like a little guitar, but it's actually called, do you know what it's called? A ukulele, that's right. So I don't know how to play the ukulele very well, but I'm starting to learn. Are you ready to hear what it sounds like? Ooh, doesn't that sound pretty? I love listening to the ukulele, and a lot of times ukulele is found in like Hawaiian music and tropical music. So listen sometime and see if you can hear ukulele in a song that you're listening to. But a song or an instrument that you hear a lot in music is the guitar. And I'm still learning the guitar too, but here I can play at least one chord for you. Ready? Ooh, doesn't that sound good? So that's just, I only know one chord on where to put my fingers, and that sounds pretty good. You could learn to play guitar someday if you want to. So isn't it interesting? We have 6 strings on here, and each 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the top one, listen, it sounds really low. And then as you get closer to the end, it gets really high up. Interesting, huh? And depending on where you put your finger here, it makes the notes and the sound come out differently. So here's this one. And if I put my finger down, it sounds like this. Or how about higher up? And that's all playing the same string, but I just have my finger in different positions. Isn't that cool? So who knows, maybe someday you could take guitar lessons, or when you take music class at school, you can try different instruments. But let's move on to our next one. What about this kind of guitar? What in the world is this? This looks pretty fancy, if you ask me. So this is actually called an electric guitar. So you can't really hear it because it's not plugged in. You have to actually plug this in because it's electric. It's an electric guitar. And I have a song here that you might recognize that has the electric guitar in it. Let's see if you can hear it. That's the electric guitar. Interesting. Can you hear that okay? That is the electric guitar for you. So listen for that in music. See if you can pick out the difference between a regular guitar that we played a minute ago or the electric guitar. Sounds a little different. So that's really, really fun. Maybe someday I'll learn that one. But the one instrument that I have played for a long time, since I was like in kindergarten, is the piano. I love playing the piano. Have you ever gotten to play around on one before? Maybe in music class? Like on one end of the piano, it sounds really high. And then way on the other end, it sounds really low. And then in the middle. So how about I'll play one song for you that you might recognize called Chopsticks. Have you heard that one? Ready? It goes like this. there's another fun one, Heart and Soul. Have you heard that one? It goes. Or good old Mary Had a Little Lamb. I bet you might recognize one of those. Now, before we move on to our last instrument and then make our own, should I try one kind of fancy song that it took me a long time to learn? I'll play just a little bit of it. It's called the Bumble Boogie. The bumble comes from bumblebee because the way the song sounds, it sounds like a bumblebee. It's like jumping all over the piano because it's kind of crazy and fast. This is the, in that particular song, it has 2 hands that you have to use, but I'll just play the top one. That sounds kind of like a bumblebee. Ready? What do you think of that? Does it kind of sound like a bumblebee? I think that's kind of a fun song to play. So that one took me a long time to be able to learn how to move my fingers that fast and press the right notes at the right time. And then I play it with the bottom hand too, and it's a fun, fast song. So just keep practicing if you do play an instrument. And if you don't yet, that's okay, because you know what? You still have time, and we're gonna make our own instruments, so you can maybe practice with those. But before we do that, our last one is this guy. What in the world could this be? Do you have any ideas? I don't see strings on it, or like piano keys. It is a kind of drum. It's called a cajon. Interesting, huh? So the way you can start to play it is you can play the middle part with this part of your hand, or maybe even your fingers. So you can go like this, or with your fingers, or you can go like this, do a little rhythm. What do you think? I bet every single one of you watching could do something like that on a drum or on a cajon. Play some sort of little, some sort of fun rhythm. I know you'd have a lot of fun playing a drum. So until you can actually find real instruments, come join me in the kitchen and we'll make our own. Welcome back. I am so excited to actually make some instruments with you guys. It's been a long time that we're having to spend inside, so I figured it's time to start making our own music. Now, one thing I know you should have at home probably is some kind of like glasses that you drink out of. So what you can try to do is fill them with different amounts of water. Like this one has like half full, this one's getting close to being full, and you could try with different kinds of glasses. Like this one's a little bit different. It has this little stem. Now what you have to do is when you stick your fingers in here, you have to get it all really wet. Get each of the rims of the cups really wet. You have to do that a couple times. You might have to practice. But now look at this. Once your fingers are really wet and these are really wet, watch this. And then look at this one's really low. Ooh, doesn't that sound cool? So this is so fun. You can ooh, isn't that fun? And this is something all you need are glasses and water. So what I did was I kind of had fun with like, I put in a little bit of water, I tried it, and then I added a little bit more, and you could actually make these sound like a song, like make them sound like, you know, Mary had a little lamb, and you could actually make a song out of them. So don't be discouraged if it doesn't work right away, because like I said, you just have to get the rims very wet and make sure your fingers are also very wet so that it actually will make the noise, okay? Isn't that fun? I love doing that. Now, another thing you can do once you have these filled is you could use sticks, or you could probably use like silverware from your kitchen, and maybe we'll spread them out a little bit, and don't hit too hard because we don't want to break the glasses. But if you just tap them, and then you can hit 2 at the same time, or Isn't that fun? And you can make a song that way. So even if you don't really want to do the thing with the fingers, because that can be a little tricky, just fill them with different levels of water and you can make your own instrument. That simple. Like I said, I use sticks, or you can just use a spoon or a spatula from your kitchen, but just be careful not to hit the glasses too hard because we don't want them to break. So that's a really fun, easy instrument. I have a couple more. Ready? This one is a kazoo. I know you've played a kazoo at school before, haven't you? Many of you have. This is just a tube of toilet paper, and I used this parchment paper, or you could use wax paper, and then a little rubber band around it. And it's that simple. Now let's see, you have to kind of put your mouth totally against the toilet paper roll for it to work. Let's see if you can hear. What do you think? Sounds kind of funny, but you can sing any little song in there, but you just have to make sure this is totally up against your mouth and your face. It sounds pretty cool, and it kind of vibrates against that paper. So that's a fun one, okay? Next, I made a kind of rain stick. So this is what I did very similar with this one, with the parchment paper or wax paper and the rubber bands. And I just decided to put tape around it to make it look kind of fun and striped. So, and all I did was I put some, like, you can put beans in it or lentils or rice, and you just have to do it kind of slowly. Ready? Let's see if you can hear. If you have a long roll, like from like a wrapping paper, that works even better. Let's see, ready? But you don't want to just turn it over like, because it doesn't really work. You have to do it kind of slowly. And it kind of sounds like rain falling. Isn't that fun? So that's another idea. I have two more. Ready? This one is just an aluminum can. Once again, with the wax paper or parchment paper and a rubber band around it. And this one I put rice in, and you have a little shaker. Ready? You can even have two of them. Doesn't that sound cool? Can you hear that? And what would be really fun? What if each of your family members made an instrument and you could have your own little band? Wouldn't that be so fun? One person on this, one person on the glasses. You could even take any old like jar or something and it can be a drum. But make sure you're checking with your parents that it's okay with them to be banging on something, and don't do it when somebody's taking a nap or anything. But it'd be so fun, like, to do this with people in your family. It's so much fun. You can make an instrument out of almost anything. And the last but not least is a kind of guitar. So just find any little box that you have in your house, like a shoe box. This one had light bulbs in it, but maybe you could try to use a cereal box, anything that you have. And then all I did, super simple, I just cut a hole out of the side of the box, and then I put rubber bands around it. And you know what? At first, I didn't have the pencils in here, and let's see what it sounds like. Ready? It doesn't really make much noise at all. And I was like, what did I do wrong? And then I looked up on the computer what I was doing wrong, and I found out that if you just put in 2 pencils, or maybe even a pen, but I tried pencils on each side, and that helps it sound much better. Let's see. Much better. And what you can do is, if you remember how on the guitar, how one string was really low and then one was really high, that's because they're different ones are like tighter than other ones. So if you could pull it really tight on one, and then maybe, you know, make them different levels of being tight, and one's like a little bit looser. Let's see, we'll make this one really loose and try to make this one kind of tight. Let's see if we can hear a difference. You can play around with it. You hear how that's a little bit different than each other? So just mess around with it. And you have your own little guitar. And if you want it to look like a real guitar, you could even take like a paper towel roll or the toilet paper roll, and you could attach it to the end. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? So then you could, when they're attached to each other, you could actually look like you're playing your own guitar. So just have fun with it. And this one again is I think one of the easiest, and it actually sounds like you're making music with the glasses. So have fun, listen to music, maybe make your own music or dance to some music, do something fun, because music really it helps you reduce the amount of stress that you're feeling, makes you feel happy, and you know what they call it? It's like the universal language, which means that even someone that lives way across the world and doesn't speak English, they will still enjoy the sound of music just like you do. So have fun, smile, and just listen to some music or even make your own, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.